Hello, SC Turkey here with a little news. When I bought this car, I was very interested in buying the 2016 GT350, the one with the technology package. However, due to the greedy dealers here in California and some of the Northwest states as well, I can't seem to find one at a reasonable price. When I say reasonable price, I'm talking sticker price, maybe 1,000 or two over. That's reasonable. These dealers out here are charging like, oh, the one, my local dealer, if I could have got it, would have been 5,000 over sticker, which now that I think about it, I'm not even willing to pay that anymore. But now, most of them that I could find we're looking at, most of them are 20 grand over. And there is no way I'm going to pay 20 grand over for any piece of metal. It's not worth it. I don't care who makes it or what it is. Paying over MSRP is ridiculous and foolish because you'll never get that money back. So if you want to be the first to have a car, then go ahead and pay over MSRP and you're getting screwed royally. However, if they'd sell it to me for, I don't know, 500 over, 1,000 over, that's probably the most I'd ever pay. So it looks like I'm going to be stuck with this GT until I can find a deal. And I know eventually, as time goes by, they're gonna come down in price. As most people are gonna get the first ones, and a few of the maybe 6 to 9 months, maybe a year later, after all the hoopla is over with and all the buzz is gone, people will be buying them at closer to sticker or at sticker. Same thing with the C7. When they first came out, a friend of mine told me he wanted to buy one. They were 20,000 over MSRP. About 9 months later, this particular one I found at a local Chevy dealer. The sticker was 77,225. I paid 71,500. Right around the time other dealers in California wanted 10 grand over. So I didn't have to pay anything over. I got a nice close to $6,000 discount on this thing. So, I don't know. I like this car. I'm not planning on getting rid of it. It is impractical, of course. The Mustang's a little more practical. I like this car. It's a great car. I had one before. It was an automatic. It was not a non-performance pack auto. Of course, you can't get a performance pack with an auto anyways, unless you buy the limited edition one in 2015. That was a performance packaged car with an automatic, the only one available. But we'll see what happens in the future. I don't think I can really afford to have two totally expensive cars. This particular car here is paid for, so all my money's tied up in it, all my cash. But I don't want to get rid of it to buy another Mustang, and I certainly don't need two Mustangs. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully in the near future, maybe I'll be able to find one. I'll just keep waiting, keep looking. But a lot of these cars you see on cars.com, they'll list the MSRP, and then when you go to their website, it's 20, 30 grand over. Do they honestly think anybody's going to pay that? I mean, a few grand over, you'll get people to pay that. I'd probably be willing to pay that, but $30,000 over for a freaking Mustang. That's literally like 30 or 40% of the actual price of the car. It's not worth it. There's just no way. I just don't see any reason for anybody to do that. And if nobody does do it, these cars will just sit on their lots. And as you know, dealers are not in the position to collect cars. They're not car collectors. They're there to make money, and if they can't sell them, the price comes down until it reaches what the market will pay. So if people would stop paying over MSRP, dealers can ask, they'll wait, they'll sit on these cars, and eventually they will drop in price and come down to what I consider a reasonable price. MSRP is a totally reasonable price for a limited edition vehicle. Now, from what I heard, this Ford store in, I don't know what state it was, called Gaudin Ford, they said they're going to make 5,000 of these cars, the GT350 per year, and out of the and then of course in addition to that, 500 GT350Rs, and it's going to be a 5-year production run. So there's going to be plenty of those cars out there. It's not going to be very limited at all, just like the Boss was. The Boss, actually, they made, I think it was 3250 and 750. They made 4,000 a year, but it was only a 2-year run. I had one. Mine was a 13 race red as well. But you know what? That car held its value very well. I mean, I paid 45 grand and I sold it to the dealer. I didn't even buy a car from them for 40 grand. I'm sure if I sold it on my own, I probably could have got my sticker price. Now, the car had extremely low miles on it. I bought it and rarely drove it. It had, believe it or not, 110 miles on it. So that, I know that was a little crazy. I should have drove it more and had a little more enjoyment out of it. But at the time, I just didn't really have time to just drive around. I am retired. I have plenty of other things to do than drive around, and I refuse to leave that car at a parking lot where somebody could damage it or vandalize it. There's plenty of jealous people out there. So that's why I have one of these things. Nobody is jealous of this car, unless you're just a dirtbag. This car is the cheapest car you can buy in America, and I got it even cheaper, like under 10 grand cheap. It's a great little car for the money, but I want a GT350, and when I put my mind to something, I will get it, and I will get it at the price I want it for. So hopefully things will change. I really want the white, Oxford white with the blue stripes, the technology package, and I hope it has the car cover accessory inside of it as well. 58,000, I think it's 345, but I'm willing to pay it. Just find me one. But right now, because it's new and it's all the rage, it's very difficult to get what you want at the price you want to pay. So with that said, I hope you have a great night. And I guess in the meantime, I'm just stuck with these two beautiful cars. I mean, most of my friends don't have cars like this at all. Their cars are just clunkers. Literally just daily driver, POS, Hondas, Toyotas, just old, ragged cars. Beat up trucks. I'm one of the few people in the circle of friends I know that have even nice cars, and have always had nice cars. I've never had junky cars. I've never really wanted them. I wouldn't have one. If I had one, it wouldn't be around very long. So anyways, take care, have a good evening, and who knows, maybe in the next year the GT350 will replace this Mustang. But for now, I'm going to enjoy this car. Take care. Bye now.